And where is XRP and why is Kevin so damn confident in its price performance in the weeks ahead? Today, without a doubt, is one of the most interesting times to ever be involved with crypto. And in this race, it's a marathon, and not everyone will make it to the finish line. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update, and this video is an absolute must-see. We got a bunch of information. We will be going over the XRP price chart, some recent news and analysis, and also my typical rants, so I hope you enjoy. So first things first, we are on xrpcharts.ripple.com. We have over 65 million ledgers successfully closed since inception of the XRP ledger. And just wanted to highlight that in this tweet as well, and honestly just welcome Bitboy. I know a lot of people are talking about this, so I will cover this briefly. We do know that Bitboy has been discussing XRP, giving some price predictions, even $20, and saying it could happen in a relatively quick period of time. And of course, not financial advice. However, we can see in this clip, Digital Asset Investor also highlighting a 30-second clip of Bitboy sharing this. Now, first off, I welcome Bitboy to discuss XRP more. I'm not a maximalist. I hold a variety of digital assets, and FYI, it will not just be Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm grateful for what Bitcoin has done, what Ethereum has done, and I think they're setting the stage nicely for what's to come. So anyways, listen to this 30-second clip. I want to keep going, and I want to show you something that will absolutely blow your mind.
And this is just another sign that the Ripple takeover is happening right now. I'm telling you guys, we're going to see this over the next 2 years. We're going to see more and more adoption for Ripple. This is coming. You can mark this down. Not financial advice, but it is fortune teller advice. I'm telling you this all is coming. And you know, what you're seeing right now is you are seeing all of the chess pieces move into place. Just like I put TJ in chat.
First and foremost, I welcome anybody, including Bitboy, to keep discussing XRP. He's just one of the many maxis that will begin realizing XRP's potential and place in the payment space. We have hundreds of proof of concepts by some of the world's biggest central banks, 65 million ledgers closed without error ever since its inception, live integrations, in talks with 40 to 50 central banks, no big deal, and of course that's just the tip of the iceberg if you've been watching this channel for the past few years. So whether you are a conspiracy theorist or just a conservative rational investor, I think you guys can understand the success case, whether you believe that it's a simple 10x or 100x or more. And of course, as you guys know, I'm an active trader along with a long-term investor in the cryptocurrency market. So I have a specific portfolio allocation that I try to keep, and yes, it fluctuates. I'm an emotional being like anybody, but I typically have 25% in fiat, of course, just to buy any emergency dips, because we typically see crypto crash 50% or even 80% plus once or twice a year. I have another portion of my portfolio specifically for short-term trade setups or swing trades every few months or every few weeks whenever the opportunity presents itself. That's either to improve my position in a certain asset that I like or just try to grow my fiat dollar amount. And then lastly, my other position is in long-term holds. Now, of course, sometimes it goes down to 25%, but typically my conservative side thinks it's smart to have about 50%, half of my portfolio in long-term holds. Because as a long-term holder, if you don't have any long-term holds, that just goes to show that you don't really have faith in the future. And this is exactly what my buddy Andersel, X_Anderson on Twitter, goes on to emphasize. Very smart guy and a utility maximalist at heart. We'll be going over the XRP price chart, and I want to talk about something high level that I see and why it's very interesting on XRP's position currently. Besides the golden crosses, weekly stochastic, and even the RSI from a top-down analysis, I really want you guys to pay very close attention here. In other news, API 3, another one of my favorites, at least in terms of first-party oracles, is making moves. We have 125 plus API providers announced all at once after the announcement of the API 3 Alliance. FYI, Open Bank Project is one of the providers in this list, and they have over 400 APIs that does include organizations such as HSBC, which is one of the world's biggest banks. And you guys can see this list in bulk listed right here, so I'm excited for the future. And I know many people are taking advantage of the 50% plus auto compounding APY from staking this asset. So just something to keep an eye on. Next, this is such a cool clip. If you've already seen it, no worries, fast forward a minute 50 seconds, but I think this will absolutely blow your mind. So Tim Draper, big investor, I actually value his opinion more than Gary Gensler, of course, no surprise, and he's the current SEC chairman. Now we have Mickey B. Fresh sharing this. Tim Draper nailed this perfectly back, and this is 3 to 4 years ago in this discussion with Gary Gensler at the time. It's exactly what has taken place recently with incumbent banks and old guard teaming up with corrupt regulatory agencies, the SEC, to file frivolous enforcement lawsuits and a few rogue senators. So, teach their own, guys. I just wanted to share this clip, and this is shared by JC, so thank you, sir, for sharing this clip. I've never seen this one personally, and I think this is going to blow your mind. You're going to see the parallels, and this is exactly what's happening to the company Ripple to a T with the digital asset XRP today, and this is one of the many reasons why I'm so excited for the future, for anybody that's actually done the research.
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
But what
Just
what
feel
line,
the panic in their voices. But here's
business that is most
well, here's what always happens. The first thing that happens is they try to go, oh, it's nothing, and they did that. I mean, that's with every new industry, every new technology comes along, the powers that be, the incumbents, the status quo, all say it's nothing. Don't ignore the man behind the curtain. This is nothing. And then all of a sudden it's too big to get in there. You know, they're going, oh my God, I got to face this thing. And then they all line up and they wrap their arms together and they say, we're not letting this happen. And then it keeps going. And then they say, okay, well, let's sue them. Or let's go get the government.
There's another thing they do. They adopt the technology. I think
that's at the end.
They will adopt this technology.
No, this is the last thing they do. No,
yeah, it's like
it's after.
Gary's probably getting nervous because Tim Draper is literally laying out the roadmap for what's happening today.
After, right, it's after the press planting. They plant the press stories. They put out lawsuits.
And please notice some of the many coincidences, such as Ripple the company establishing a regional headquarters in Dubai 1 month before the SEC came after them, setting the stage nicely. And of course, the NASDAQ making sure that they highlighted that as well.
They create as much of a fuss as possible. They try to get their government friends involved. And then they go, oh God, this thing's happening. And then they go, okay, what are we going to do? How do we get it? So then they either make or buy, as all great companies do. They go, am I going to make this or am I going to buy it? Am I going to make an exchange, or am I going to make a new kind of wallet? Am I going to bring it in so my clients can use this? I know it's there. I know it's better than what we've got.
All at that stage already. I think that.
But anyways, just another coincidence. We're all mad here. Next up, guys, iTrustCapital. Links are in the top of the video description for anybody that does, in fact, have an IRA or would like to get some crypto exposure or even precious metal exposure with an existing 401k or a Roth IRA, which is what I have today. So I'm going to be going through a lot of these assets that are available on iTrustCapital this week, actually, looking for existing trade setups because all of our profits within this platform with a Roth IRA are taxed at 0%. So this is tax-free trading, at least in the United States. Links are in the video description. You can get your first month free. Yes, I'm incredibly bullish on the crypto ecosystem for this next decade at the very least. So I'm going to be taking advantage of this as much as possible. If I hit it big with anything and all of a sudden my retirement account is at $5 million, that's all in crypto, yes, of course I'm going to de-risk. I can take some of that, sell it in the US dollar, throw it in Vanguard or Fidelity, and go back into a conservative index fund, but I want to make sure that I have some exposure in the most nascent and exciting market in the world. Also, guys, Anders so 2021 Index of Economic Freedom. It is no coincidence that all these blockchain companies are moving to some of these locations. Notice Singapore, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand. Now notice Singapore, Switzerland, you get the gist. Of course, some of the countries that have declared XRP to not be a security, such as the UK as well. In Ireland, you may have noticed, per even recent videos of mine, that we've been discussing several companies establishing offices there. Iceland, please recall the DeFi acquisition of Ripple with Algorand. And Mauritius, I'll have to go there someday and check it out. I've heard it's beautiful. Mauritius. Now, this is what is very, very important to note. At least 600 million plus has been stolen, $600 million in a massive cross-chain hack. And this was just posted this morning. As you can see, we are sorry to announce that Poly Network was attacked on Binance Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon. We call on miners of affected blockchain and crypto exchanges to blacklist tokens coming from above addresses. So people lost their honest, hard-earned money. This is unacceptable. And just like my friend says right here, this is why Flare Networks has to be rock solid, safe no matter what. Security is of the utmost importance. This is why it's necessary to have Songbird, this canary network, just like Kusama is a sandbox for Polkadot. Same scenario applies. And I like this, the node catcher right here, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You understand this. And a lot of people say this, most people lose their money because they try to get rich too quickly. The most successful people are not smarter. They're just way more patient than the average person. A disgusting amount of patience and discipline. Also, speaking of Tranglo, of course we are aware that Ripple does have a 40% stake in Tranglo. They are a cross-border payments company. And of course Ripple, with MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, this is the Central Bank of Singapore, FYI. They have great relationships. There's many projects that are involved with MAS in terms of international payments. I know you guys recognize many of the projects that are, let's see, Intanon, Lion Rock, Jasper, between, UK, Canada, there's Project Lynx, there's a bunch of these little projects that are central bank based, and some have to do with high value payments. Well, Tranglo is in fact an on-demand liquidity user, and we can see that they're expanding as well. And even Crypto Eddie here is emphasizing this, on-demand liquidity backer, whom Ripple has a 40% stake in, and cites the regions of expansion. We can see, looking for people that speak languages or proficient in Mandarin, Japanese, or Korean. And here's one of their tweets on July, just focusing on XRP loading, so really establishing and building those ODL corridors currently. So yes, guys, XRP is being used today. It's already done well over $2 billion via ODL, and that's really just the ground floor. Of course, we haven't even gotten the party started, but I just want you to be aware that there's very few digital assets in this space that are even providing live utility, let alone actually have utility. And that's not to bash any other project. I know market cap is a concern, the ROI, the overall potential, but in my opinion, XRP is here to stay. It is one of the most established, legitimate assets, despite being the black sheep of this whole crypto space, and for good reason. In my opinion, XRP is one of the dominant players that will absolutely be here to stay and succeed massively in the world of payments. Next up, guys, Crypto Whale, an absolute must follow. Never base your investment decisions on what the media is saying. They often use shady tactics to lure in newbies. Who else remembers when they urged viewers to buy XRP at an all-time high price back in January 2018, and then they told them how to short it after it dropped 90% in 2019? And also, let's have a moment of silence for everybody that has ever sold after a massive 90% drop. As you can see, some CNBC articles, how to buy XRP, one of the hottest Bitcoin competitors, crypto class, how to short Ripple. And then notice, of course, Coinbase Institutional, and I posted proof, not to bash anybody, but they posted the death cross for Ethereum on the daily, acting like it was going to be a bearish indicator. And what did Ethereum do? Go from 2,500 to 3K in a quick period of time. Of course, this is all during the London update, or the EIP 1559 upgrade. This is how the game is played, and just like a lot of people say, retail always loses, unless you learn. We have Mac Attack XRP also highlighting this as well. Ripple will soon have regulations in their pocket, and we have all these articles coming around. Top crypto analyst expects XRP to surge 100x, unveils new long-term price target. And of course, a 100x at current prices of what, 85 cents today? That'd be approximately $85. And I know everybody has an opinion about that, and please keep in mind, market cap is nothing but fairy dust. It is last traded price times the circulating supply. I'm not going to tell you what's impossible because we've never been here before. We are truly in uncharted territory on the leading edge. And for me to say something can't happen, it kind of reminds me of somebody that has that myopic view and says that the internet is just a fad. Also, guys, on CoinDesk, AMC to accept Bitcoin, so I know everybody's all about that AMC stock. Some of my buddies are doing very well. I didn't get any, just been watching it and observing how the game's played. And watching on AMC, actually, I observed even on the monthly time frame, the 8 and 21 exponential moving average did in fact cross, sending that parabolic rise. Interestingly enough, on the XRP price chart, along with a few others, we're seeing the same thing. DAG Constellation actually already shot. It didn't even have a golden cross. It just moved. It was beautiful. But now we have Alliance Block having the golden cross and a bullish continuation. So I just drew Fibonacci retracements on the candle bodies on the weekly. See, these are pretty valid time frames. And observe down here, the weekly stochastic leading the way. Next up, and of course, API 3. This is an asset that I absolutely love. What do we have? We've been talking since it was essentially bottoming out, talking about the retracement levels. What do we know? It came up to the 50%. And where is XRP, and why is Kevin so damn confident in its price performance in the weeks ahead? Well, because I have dozens of assets showing me the way. I'm not just looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum. looking at many other assets, and I have a very unorthodox approach. I don't go by the book, I write my own. As you can see on the XRP price chart, the golden cross is forming. We've made it to the 236 Fibonacci retracement. And FYI, I know I say this a dozen times, here are the EMAs I'm using, 8, 21, 34. These are Fibonacci numbers as well, part of the golden ratio. And it's my bet on a weekly basis, we're going to start rising up to these levels and easily break $1 again. And now watch, the weekly stochastic down here, completely leading the way. API 3, when we were piercing, we were talking about taking position. It did it. It did not disappoint one bit. It did take a little time, but it went. And next up, XRP. Where are we? What do you think happens next? I'm not on the 30-minute time frame, hoping it goes up. I sit back with conviction, and I wait. All I do is this, and I promise there are so many more people smarter than me in this entire ecosystem with a very sound tech background. I wait to buy things, I buy them at a low price, and I wait to sell them at a higher price. I'm not trading leverage, there's no time constraint, I'm not stressed, I wait. Calm, composed, no emotion. And that's what it takes. And if you go back to my videos even weeks ago, you'll see that I was sharing this exact same thing when API 3 was even $2 or $3, and of course it's been rising. And yep, it's my belief that many other assets are going to continue on slowly but surely out of this cup and handle, and we get a blow off top moments. Because this bullish cycle is a bit different than the last. And I also just wanted to thank Mr. Digital Dive, Altif Brown, Claire, and also Dagnum for this talk today. I was in Twitter Space, it was my first time, I had no idea how to use it, and it was a live discussion just discussing Hypergraph, Transfer Protocol, Constellation, LTX, DAG the token, ADS, you name it. This is a great talk. I'm really learning a few things with these guys, and I'm excited for what's to come. Viking also, loved your video. You are a must follow. I really like this community, really good people, and I think you're going to want to pay attention to what Constellation is working on over the next 2 months. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. All links can be found in the video description, and I will catch you in the next one.